All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Danny Show. I'm your host, Dan Cody, and this is where I give commentary and reviews on all things wrestling. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Before I get started, I want to talk about some interesting wrestling news. Earlier this week, we had an amazing episode of AEW Dynamite. We had Soraya, aka Paige, come in. We had the Acclaim win the AEW Tag Team Championships, and of course, a great main event match between John Moxley, who paid tribute to Seth Rollins with a curb stomp, and Daniel Bryan, or Bryan Danielson. And John Moxley is a three-time champion. So amazing episode of Dynamite. And tonight was pretty good. Let's talk about what happened. But before I get into that, I was about to come out here, come on to the channel and mention that we didn't see the White Rabbit tonight. However, on an off air footage that I found, thankfully, it showed the song White Rabbit. Fans were holding up their cell phones, and then it went from black to red lightings. So that says something is going on, and WWE is doing something behind the scenes, but no show tonight. It's not Bray Wyatt didn't show up tonight. I don't even know if it's Bray Wyatt, but there's rumors that it is. With that being said, let's talk about tonight's episode of Friday Night Smackdown, which opened up with the Bloodline members, including Roman Reigns. And by the way, there was a guy with a sign that says Logan is greater than Roman. You know, what's crazy is you got a lot of wrestlers who, because they are heels, they have to be crooked to get on your nerves. It's their job to get on your nerves. But this is the one fight I believe Roman will win on his own. Just saying. But in any event, we opened up the show with Roman being acknowledged by his cousin, Solo Sequoia, as well as Salt Lake City, which is an insult to Salt Lake City. Shame on you, Paul. And of course, Sami Zayn gets a new t-shirt. And to be honest, I knew Roman was going to give Sami a new shirt. When he said take off the shirt, it was only to give him a new one. I already knew that. I've been a fan of WWE too long not to see this coming. So, okay. So, we have that. We have next, we had in our opening show, we had Liv Morgan versus Lacey Evans. So, it has been questioned whether or not Liv Morgan has the killer instinct, but she showed it tonight. Lacey Evans looks like a military version of Alistair or Malachi's version of the House of Black. She had that military thing over her eye a little bit, so it looks like a dark military version of House of Black. Nonetheless, in a match between those two, Lacey was in good showing. She acted like Dolph Ziggler to me when she had Lacey in a leg lock and doing push-ups, showing off like Dolph Ziggler would do. Of course, Liv Morgan came back, and her mocking Liv would be consequential because Liv would go for the win. And just when you thought Liv Morgan did not have any extreme, just like Babyface Bailey in a kendo stick match with Alexa Bliss, Liv picks up the stick, goes to swinging, hitting Lacey. And now it is time for your Holy Smackdown moment of the week. That Holy Smackdown moment of the week is when Liv Morgan went for a senton bop, dropping Lacey Evans through a table on SmackDown. That's your Holy Smackdown moment of the night. But in any event, Liv Morgan might be able to compete against Rousey because people say that she doesn't have her killer instinct. She showed a bit tonight, but it's going to take a lot more than that to fight Ronda Rousey. Also, we have some interesting segments backstage between Hit Row, Street Profits, and Los Mathorios. Interesting, silly stuff. We have New Day versus Maximum Male Models. And by the way, in my personal opinion, I would love to see Kofi Kingston win a Royal Rumble match before retirement. Just throwing it out. WWE was talking about the Royal Rumble. I need to see Kofi win. Kofi probably, well, Seth Rollins won that one. But I would like to see Kofi get one more Kofi Mania and win a Royal Rumble because he has so many highlights. If he wins a Royal Rumble and wins a Money in the Bank match, my bucket list as a Kofi Kingston fan will be complete. Nonetheless, all the posing tonight cost the Maximum Male Models, and Kofi was the guy, speaking of, to get the win for the team. And also, I think we're going to get LA Knight back soon. But I can't make any promises and I can't get my hopes up. Now let's go to Braun Strowman versus Otis. I want to bring up something really important or interesting real quick. Before I get into this match, I want to talk about Braun's new theme. There is a YouTuber by the name of Adam Massacre. He did a version of Braun Strowman's new theme. It is awesome. Check it out and tell him Danny sent you. But in any event, there is a theme, like I said, by Adam Massacre, a YouTuber who does metal versions of WWE themes. Please check him out because that is awesome. And let him know I sent you. But now let's get to the match. We have two heavy hitters, heavy semi trucks going at it, Braun Strowman and Otis. And Braun threw Otis across the ring like a cruiserweight. That has never been done before. And Otis had a good showing too, going for a splash, a Vader splash, as well as a World's Strongest Slam. But that didn't keep Braun Strowman down. And it wasn't a power slam, but a power bomb that would put Otis down for the count. Next, we have Drew McIntyre calling out Karrion Kross. And tonight, Karrion Kross, Drew McIntyre challenged him to a strap match at Extreme Rules. That's going to be good. I think that match is going to be good. But tonight we saw Scarlett. We saw Scarlett come out, but Drew was ready. He Karrion attacked from behind. Drew was ready. Scarlett threw a fireball that didn't catch Drew all the way. And we know this because Drew went for the spine buster to Karrion Kross. And Scarlett went low. Oh, it's so funny. We got wrestlers with girlfriends that love to go low. Sammy Guevara's girlfriend goes low on Jon Moxley last week, and Cross's girlfriend Scarlett goes low this week. A lot of ball busting girlfriends. Excuse the language. But in any event, it was due to that dirty move by Scarlett that Karrion Kross was able to take over and put Drew to sleep again. But there won't be any help from Scarlett at Extreme Rules, so it's going to be even. But I still can't wait to see this strap match. Going on, for the first time in a couple of weeks, we got SmackDown shorts, but not without me. And we have Raquel for the second week in a row is not smiling at all, facing off against Dakota Kai, familiar rivals from their time at NXT. And it was a very short-lived match because Shotzi distracted Damage Control long enough for Raquel to roll up Dakota Kai for the victory and for them to fight off Damage Control. Now, can we please get the Tank back? Now that Shotzi is face again, can we get the Tank back? Just a couple of weeks before Eddie passed away, we got the Low Rider back, so I'm real thankful for that. Give us a Tank. Let's get into this main event. We have the Usos versus the Brawling Brutes. And I just got one quick question. Why did they block Samantha, because they had, when it was time to give the announcement, the Usos had their spotlight, the Brutes had their spotlight. The referee, veteran referee, one of the fastest running referees ever, Charles Robinson, was able to get into the light. Why was Samantha blocked from the spotlight? Beats me. But in any event, the event tonight was a very good tag match tonight between the Brawling Brutes and Usos. I especially like the fact when Pete Dunne went for a moonsault that the Usos countered it with a super kick. And I also loved how Reg the Fridge showed how strong he is, picking up both the Usos and throwing them down. But due to a distraction from Imperium, um, the Usos went for the 1D, which is tribute to the Dudley Boys for the win, and the Usos retain. And like I said, I don't think anyone's going to be able to stop them. But at least we got to see, you have to go on a fan's page to see a fan's perspective of the White Rabbit vignette. And I hope WWE starts releasing officially some vignettes of the White Rabbit, whom we think is Bray Wyatt. But for now, we get this amazing weekend wrestling. And let me just say this before I move on. Dear Tony Khan, can you guys please stop throwing shade at us at the WWE? Did y'all not learn anything from my review on Mankind? Because this is starting to become like the Monday Night Wars all over again. And the last time a person dissed another company, it worked against them in Mankind versus The Rock. So, guys, can we just focus on bettering your shows instead of attacking others? I'm just saying. But in any event, good night on SmackDown tonight. A great event on AEW Dynamite a couple of days ago. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And also be sure to check out my review on Matt Hardy and my favorite Matt Hardy matches. He's right there because today is Matt's birthday. So, happy birthday, Matt. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's all the time I have for you today, and I'll be back with another review on all things wrestling. Have a great weekend, everyone.